going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On the H2, just a little joyride around. And honestly, the H2 is not the best for joyriding, but why not? I got this bike tuned and the auto blipper put on, so I've been wanting to ride it a little bit more. You know, it feels a little different. If you guys ever like get the chance to tune your bikes, or if there's a good shop, or even just a flash tune online, like not a proper Dynatune, you guys definitely should. Like, honestly, it's gonna feel like almost a different bike, which is like really cool, especially when you already got used to your bike. Still getting used to the bike. It's more aggressive than it used to be, so just riding around and having fun. The topic of today's video is going to be pretty much kind of riding tips for winter. And I used to ride like cold, hot, no matter what the weather is. I used to ride. I didn't really care what the temperature was or anything like that. When I wanted to go on a ride, I just went on a ride. And along the few years of riding, especially in the cold, I mean, I know it doesn't get as cold here, or might not, like, to a lot of people 60 degrees is not that cold, but those few tips definitely do help a little bit. And tip number one, I can't talk over the downshift, so tip number one, and the thing that I've figured out first, I mean, obviously besides the like kind of like the common sense ones, which is like, I guess if you layer up more, it's gonna be warmer, obviously. But the number one thing that I realized that changed my life is buying gauntlets. Not these short gloves that I'm talking about. If you guys don't know what gauntlets are, it's the gloves are, whoa, longer. Again, still trying to get used to the bike. It's super sensitive. So yeah, buy gauntlets. You might ask, why would I need that? Obviously, it's not just for the fact that it covers more of your skin, but if you're wearing a long sleeve, between like this right now, so see, there is a gap. This gap is where air goes through into your arm, and that's how it gets like really cold. You pretty much want to be as isolated as possible. When you have these gauntlets, you can tuck your long sleeve hoodie, jacket, whatever you're wearing under the gauntlet, and that way no air goes into your pretty much like shirt. And it honestly helped me so much, because I used to do one of those where I do this and I kind of like do this and grab it so air doesn't get in. But then when I got gauntlets, I got them for safety reasons, honestly, the gauntlets. But then I realized that, whoa, like these are so much better for cold weathers. And ever since then, most of the time, like 90% of the time when I go riding, I wear gauntlets. I don't wear those. I only wear those when I'm going like short distance, like not speeding, kind of just cruising, because they're just easier to put on and all that. They're just like faster. Supra. Ooh. Those were some aggressive shifts. So yeah, that's the first tip. If you guys haven't tried gauntlets, you should definitely try it. And in this video, I'm not gonna be talking about like the stupid, like, I don't know, like this vest, which I think like they do work, where there's like wires that goes through, much like a heated vest, and you can like turn it on, and you know, like it's self-explanatory. It heats you up, it like warms you up. But honestly, I don't like, if you guys know me, if you've been here, if you've seen my videos before, you know I'm all about comfort. So I don't know, those just look a little too much. So the number two thing that I would recommend to anyone would be thermals. That's something that I discovered also kind of recently, and honestly, it's life-changing. A thermal might not be as thick as your hoodie, but it's definitely warmer. similar concept to like the gauntlets. They're kind of like, well, not kind of, they're supposed to be tight. They're really tight, and you can get different thicknesses and all, but because they're like so tight on your skin, like it kind of like keeps your body heat in, and it doesn't let air from the outside go in, you know what I mean? So like they work way better than a hoodie. They work way better than like regular long sleeves. I even have like some Dainese like long sleeve stuff. But when you get specific thermals, those like are designed to keep the heat in your body, and honestly, like it's so much better. It's just super comfortable. They're super light too, unlike a hoodie. It's not bulky or anything. It might be a little uncomfortable because of how tight they are, but honestly, like you get used to them. Don't crash, Mustang. Ooh, that's a clean Taycan. So yeah, you get used to them, and they're life-changing. Trust me, guys. They're light. I personally like the thermals from Under Armour, but I'm pretty sure like any other brand is fine. I just like the look and the fit of the Under Armour thermals, and definitely life-changing. So those are the two things that are kind of like the most beneficial. That I have like noticed a difference in. And trust me, guys, like if it's like cold where you are, just try these two things. I'm pretty sure people like where they live in snow and stuff like that, they're gonna make fun of me, but we ride street bikes. We're not gonna be riding street bikes in no snow, so I mean super sports. So I'm talking about like temperatures that are like between what, like 40 to like 60, when it's like pretty chilly outside, but you still want to be like kind of cozy and comfortable. Buy thermals, buy gauntlets, and you're pretty much set. Those are like the best things. Now the other things I would kind of like recommend too is obviously like multi-layering. Like when it gets really cold to those like 40s, high 30s, that's like really cold weathers, and most of the times I used to be like, nah, I don't feel like riding right now. It's just like freezing, you know, because you're literally like shivering. Because don't forget, on a bike you're pretty exposed, so it's definitely like colder than, like I've noticed that, like for example, if it's 75 degrees, it feels like it's 65 on a bike, because you're just exposed and all the wind is like hitting you directly. The third tip that I can give you guys, which is a life hack that I have discovered, and that is, well, I can kind of like split it up into a few points, but pretty much if you are wearing a hoodie and you're pretty much like, it got cold out of nowhere, you're out during the day and it got dark and you still have a hoodie on, but like your head is freezing, your neck is freezing. I know you can wear bandanas and stuff like that, or you can wear like a face mask for the helmet, but those definitely do help, and if you do have those, you can do those. But this trick like helped me out so many times, because I used to commute on my bike, I go out on my bike, and like I've been out for like hours and I'm like on my bike, you know what I mean? So I would go out like during the day, and by nighttime it's freezing. I'm like, ah shit, what do I do? And I only have a hoodie. So obviously the first thing that you should do is close all your vents on your helmets. I can't do that on the AGV Pista helmet because the vents aren't like closable. It's like little rubber pieces that you put on and take off because it's a race helmet. But for those with regular like street helmets, just close your vents. That helps tremendously. And also use the hood of your hoodie. So put that on over your head and then wear the helmet. It's gonna be really tight at first, and you're gonna have to kind of like force your helmet on, but trust me, it's gonna like warm up your ears, it's gonna warm up your neck, and you're gonna feel so cozy and like relaxed in your helmet. You're gonna look a little funny, I'm not gonna lie, but honestly this trick has helped me so many times when I'm just like out and it got like really cold all of a sudden, and my head, neck, and all that is just freezing. And I don't know if you guys are like me, but like usually when one part of my body gets like pretty warm, I kind of feel like warm altogether. So kind of when my head and neck feel a little cozy, I don't feel as cold, you know what I mean? So that's a very, yeah, we're not using the auto blipper. That's a very helpful life hack that I have discovered, and I'm pretty sure some people have done it before. But yeah, one time I just had my hood on and it was freezing, and then I just wanted to go riding, and I was like, ah shit, what do I do? So I did that, put my hood on, then put on the helmet, and it worked way better than I expected. So those are the 3 life hacks that are like most important, that are really going to be beneficial. And number 4 is going to be leathers. Leathers, that's like a good thing, because this is how you can kind of like combine all those things that I told you about. And when it's like really cold, like 30s, when the weather is in the 30s, I'm talking about Fahrenheit, of course. I don't know how much that is in Celsius, but it's really cold, trust me guys. Yeah, when it's in the 30s, and as I said, when you're on the bike, more cops, when you're on a bike, 30s feel like low 30, like high 30s feel like low 30s or 20s. It gets way colder when you're on a bike. But yeah, so you combine all of these. Wear your thermals, wear your gauntlets, wear a hoodie, and then wear your leather jacket on top of that, and then use the hood trick. And trust me guys, I don't care what weather you're riding on, you're gonna be decently warm. And these life hacks are kind of like, that's why they're life hacks, because I'm not just buying like warm gear or like specific kind of like jackets for like snowing or like really cold weather. This is stuff you can do with pretty much your own clothes, you know? As I was saying, everything online is pretty much like basic, and it's people just tell you, oh, like get the heated jacket or stuff like that. So these are little life hacks that you guys can apply by probably the gear that you guys have. Like I'm pretty sure most of you have the gauntlets and stuff like that, or thermals laying around. So definitely try these life hacks and let me know what you guys think. This is kind of a random video, but I figured why not share it with you guys. Maybe some of you will benefit from it. That's all. Like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace out. Ride safe.